Today a reader, tomorrow a leader. Well, they made sure to enjoy today. That's one elaborate sundial. Despite its look, I'm sure people can still use it. But I have a watch. It won't open from this side. This smell of dust and candles. No doubt I'm on the right track. I am gonna need a key for this one. Storage room. This setup looks recent. They probably did it just before the attack on the village. Okay, have some courage, Elise. Completely locked. Transept. Cloister. Tomb of Father Roald, abbot who watched over the population of St. Exil. He dedicated his life to the village and the population. He distinguished himself in particular by his taste for religious, spiritual, and cultural texts. The large library of the Assumption Church is in his image. It has been condemned by the sect. Cemetery. Shit. What are they doing here? I'm not sure I really want to know. I could never open that one. The Angel and the Newborn, unknown artist. This statue is incredible. Organ and bell tower.
The time has come, my friends. Everything has been revealed to me. I understand why the most basic things, like having babies, has been taken from us. Our divinity, that required so much sacrifice, is still not content. The village kids have had it easy for too long. They need to share our burden. It talked to me and asked to surrender them to its will. Generations have forgotten how this village was built. It is time for a history lesson. We place statues to display each person we send to sea. In their anonymity, they remind us of the road still to be endured. But be reassured, my devotees, this road is coming to an end. I found a way to communicate with our protector. It has chosen me as its vessel and talked to me so many times. I will finally be able to answer. A few of us were meeting secretly in preparation for our next and last action. It will all be revealed to you tonight after the festivities. Do not enter the crypt yet. I have the answers you have all been looking for. I will remove this poison from our life.
Organ and bell tower. The annual High Mass is still maintained for the day after the Feast of the Village. Like previous years, we are expecting many of you. The sect had chosen the right place and the right time to strike a blow. Tomb of the Dureau family who contributed greatly to the creation of the port of St. Exel. The fishing activity was so important that the family built their house at the end of the quays. They thus were the first informed of the contents of the merchants' cargoes in St. Exel. An envied position. The De Vignaux Mausoleum. They played an important part in the development of St. Exel. This family was in charge of the local agriculture. They ultimately defended the village by burning their own crops. The flower house was once their home, but it is now owned by the town. Bulletin from the city of St. Exel. The structure has been weakened and water can infiltrate the wall. The town will start the repairs soon so they can avoid a collapse before winter. Doesn't look like they had time. I should keep an eye on the time. I'm going to need something to break those. Completely locked. There are no bad moments to officialize a bond. I could move faster with such a bike, but with these ghosts on the road, I really wouldn't be discreet. Excellent. It has been condemned by the sect. Cemetery. St. Exel also has its little jokers who come to tag everything they find. Planks removed. This should weaken this son of a brick.
Welcome to one of the original creations from George's workshop. Let's meet in my very own George workshop to collect your prize. Well, if you can solve this. You'll figure this one out easily, I hope. You know it as well as I, the devil hides in the details. The solution of this puzzle too.
This staging was prepared while the population was at the festivities. The population of St. Exil being already fragile. I dare to imagine the trauma of people if they had been exposed to this. Vegetable garden and scriptorium. This door can be unlocked from the other side. It must have taken a lot of time to set up all this staging. A lot of struggling souls probably joined the devotees over time. A sheet is hidden under this pile of books. Father, I have heard noises coming from the crypt several times. It is during the night when I prepare the Mass that I hear them. Isn't the crypt supposed to be unlocked only once a year? The door is locked up tight when I want to access it. Interesting. This book traces the entire history of the church and the creation of this cross. I'll take it with me for my bedtime reading. This church seems to hide a lot of secrets from me. The Assumption Memorial Cross. It was created in honor of the people who participated in the prosperity of St. Exil. Looking more closely at the cross, one has the impression that some parts can be interlocked on the sides. This door seems locked by a complex mechanism. Crypt. Oh, I remember our move to St. Exel. Nature was stunning and the smell of the sea gave me crazy energy. Everything seemed simpler then. Pierre absolutely insisted on bringing all his musical belongings to St. Exel. I remember it made me crazy. But he knew how to buy me with a few songs. Isn't that my house door? Well, at least a piece of it. It feels like a weird dream where all the memories are crashing incoherently in your head. During our travels, we often underestimate the impact of the seasons on the mood of our faithful companions. Keep it in a sunny and temperate climate, and it will guide you on the right path. Plunge him in the snow and the cold, and to shorten his sufferings, his heart will betray you. During our travels, we keep it in a plunge him in the snow and the cold, and to shorten his sufferings, his heart will betray you.
Đừng có bị cò.
Elise, we're going to have to make a choice. And if that's not too much to ask, the good one. Okay, we took the right path. I could question myself whether or not to make a decision, but that would just add one more on my plate. Too easy. I'm going to need something to break those. I hope the content of this tape is as cute as it looks.
Mommy, I like it when you play hide and seek with me.
Another of these damned four-legged beasts. I'm going to develop a phobia of horses.
So, I'm going to hide the key you are looking for somewhere nearby. And this time, I'm sure you will never find it. Close your eyes and count to 30 up against a tree. These floating things don't look so stable. Okay, I'm going to hide it there. You can open your eyes now.
I'm going to need something to break those. completely locked. Yes, I did it. Nothing beats the warmth of a fireplace. Our big house in St. Exil is so much harder to heat than our little city apartment. Where did you put the remote, Pierre? Where? Okay, that one is on me. Our TV is too old to have one. I'll get up and change the channel. Don't move. It could be a very strange moment. Washing yourself out in the open like that? Somebody's gotta clean these plates, and it sure ain't me. What other cleaning products give you a radiant whiteness like La Chienne Nature? I should keep an eye on the time.
Te revoilà. T'es mal, style. Tu es mon seul ami. Tu m'avais manqué. Mais moi je t'aime. Yu-Gi-Oh!
A little perfection for the road. certainly not done with the place. It was really soporific, but I managed to finish the book found in the church. There is a lot of information about this place and the village in general. It's sad, but it wasn't such a bad evening in comparison. If we go back many centuries, St. Exil experienced a much more sumptuous period. Originally, this village was only a small fishing hamlet by the sea, but it was located on the only road between two larger villages on the coast. It is with the cooperation of 4 great figures. I have to go to this crypt. I feel that I am close to my goal. That the village developed and experienced its greatest activity, the Vigneaults, who ensured the agricultural activity of the village, the Derault family, who were dedicated to fishing activities, the Duc de Bliard, who ensured the defense of the village with his soldiers, and finally the Abbot Royot, in charge of the spirituality through its church. Thanks to the progress brought by this collaboration, St. Exil had been able to develop for 100 years. But, sadly, during the following centuries, the village did not know the destiny that we imagined, and this prosperity turned into a distant memory. In remembrance of this period, which still resonates until today, these personalities were honored with the presence of a tomb that are located in the narthex and in the transept of the church. They also built a cross at the end of the Assumption Church that is a receptacle for 4 plates, each illustrating one of the families. Once a year, these plaques are gathered and placed on the cross to allow the inhabitants of St. Exil to have a moment of commemoration for its history and its ancestors. While I was crossing the church to reach the altar, I noticed light coming from an inaccessible room located just below. It's probably a kind of forbidden crypt, but then why would there be light inside? Considering the police are looking for cult members, this would be a perfect place for them to regroup in total secrecy. There's a procedure to follow to unlock the crypt's access, but it's going to be complicated. The door lock is linked to a mechanism inside the memorial cross. If I place 4 commemorative plates, the cross will unlock the door automatically. Well, supposedly, at least. Right now, only one of the 4 plates is inserted on this cross, the one honoring the Duc de Bliard. The others are scattered in various places in St. Exil. I have to go to the church to learn a little more about the other plates. They seem to be commemorating specific families whose tombs are inside the church itself. My investigation is turning into a treasure hunt. How great. Last note. Based on the documents, the key that unlocks most of the doors in the church is hidden at the heart of the cross, and I can already access it. This key will allow me to explore the church a little more. I've seen the same kind of lock around. Never betrayed by our steeds. I only took a few riding lessons when I was little, but from memory, you can't trust these beasts. So I'm going to have to disagree. tomb of the Duc de Bliard. He was in charge of defending St. Exil's agricultural and maritime activities. The White Manor is one of the vestiges of this family, who still live in the region. An ingenious system initially developed for its moats made it possible to send water to different parts of the village. Vegetable garden and scriptorium. Note for the ornithologist experimenting in our vegetable garden. We are happy to lend you a corner of the garden, but please do not occupy the rest of the space. Your birds seem to go completely crazy inside their cages. I've taken it upon myself to release them. Exponential growth experiment. Do not touch with your hands. Can induce dreamlike experiences. The ornithologist observed the behavior of the birds in contact with these weird rocks. A lot of activity probably took place here in the past, but it quickly became dismal once the monks had left. It must have taken a hell of a lot of wood to heat this building. I wonder if they spent more time chopping wood or reading. Woodcutter monks. Nothing. Abbot Roald commemorative plate. Let's find you a place back on that cross. It's locked. I can't open it. Hello, Francois. I heard the cult vandalized your property. You have my full support in this ordeal. Glad the storage room is useful to someone here. Leave your things there as long as necessary. P.S. Regarding the flower house garden door, the mayor gave me the handle they used to unlock it. I left it here. During the night from Saturday to Sunday, the property of the presbytery was degraded by the people claiming to be devotees. Given the amount of the damage, the town of St. Exil made the flower house available to its owners as a courtesy residence. They probably wanted to intimidate him, or to keep him quiet. I am a living experiment on sugar. I knew I had you somewhere.
Okay, Liz. Let's move.